And now we're moving on to the DJ Reader injury. Pretty big key. They said it's a knee injury. I don't think they've said what yet. They said he's going to be out for an extended period of time, not season ending though, which is obviously huge. I mean, I've said it for years. He's the most underrated player for years since we signed him. I think he's the most underrated player in all of football. I think this is a huge loss for the defense. I think it's really going to challenge Lou. We just gave Lou his flowers for pretty much the whole first portion of the podcast, but now is really going to challenge him. I think you're going to have to change up a little bit of your scheme. You're not going to have DJ always drawing two. So I think it's going to change a lot. I think that you could see the run game kind of not fall off, but I think you could see it change a little bit. I mean, good thing is Dolphins don't really have any killers. I wouldn't say Raheem Mostert's going to be somebody you game plan against. I mean, the Ravens is going to be tough with Lamar, but with Keem Davis-Gaither playing better, I mean, you kind of love that matchup, in my opinion, having him healthy for a matchup with Lamar. But then you play the Saints and the Falcons, not really worried about those two run game. Next game I'm really worried about the run is Cleveland in Halloween. So he's got some time. He's got a month, but it seems like it's going to be a little bit longer term than that. But it's huge loss. It's huge loss. I think he's really important and probably more important than the average fan, I would think, has him as.
Yeah, I mean, I think I touched on it earlier, but he's been probably the best defensive player. He's just, yeah, he's just kind of like, he's under the radar. He plays a great game. I still think Tupou is still like he's not the same, but he's a fine replacement. Like, he's not going to be as flashy, but I think he's still going to do his job. I don't know. I think if there was a game, or a stretch of games for this to happen, like this is probably one of the better ones. I mean, you look at the end of the year, that would be terrible. I think horrific. I forget who it was. Maybe I forget who it was that was talking about it on Twitter, but they said like 6 weeks. They said some sort of, I can't remember what it is, some sort of sprain, ligament sprain. And so if it's 6 weeks, that puts you right around Halloween or the week after. So I think that, watching the game when it happened, I thought it was like worst case scenario. And so for it to only be maybe even less than half of the season left, like that would be ideal.
Yeah, I mean, losing DJ Reader's a huge blow. Like, you guys remember the last time he wasn't on the field? I mean, weren't we like the worst run defense in NFL history?
Yeah, I believe. I think that was when the Ravens rushed for like 7,000 yards.
I'm not saying it's going to be like that. I'm not saying that. But, like, yeah, he plays an unsexy position. So, like, the same way, not many people know who the best left guard in football is. Like, people don't care. It's not that sexy of a position. You don't notice it as much. DJ Reader is the people that really, like, know football and, like, the people that get really, like, are paying attention to all the stats or breaking down film and stuff. Like, nobody that's like pretty involved with it doesn't talk about like DJ Reader. He's a stud. So yeah, losing him hurts. I think it's a decent stretch to have him without, but you'd obviously rather have him out there. But yeah, if we're getting him back, which seems the case, that's a huge win. Just to like him being done for the year, I think creates a massive problem on this team. 6 weeks, I don't think creates that issue. So